Wasn't that like the crux of the first film? Because he had to drive into the butthole of the lightsaber in order to.
Just right.
Just right.
Gotta squeeze in there just the right angle.
It's true. Yeah, this big old tree is my favorite part of my neighborhood at Christmas. It's always lit up and gorgeous, and it makes me feel the warm fuzzies inside.
Hell yeah.
Can I take movies of you? Who's this? This is Cake's brother, Finn. Finn belongs to my cousin, and he's like a short hair Cake. He's a sweet boy. What a sweet boy. He's doing sniff. Do sniff. Oh, nice. Nice. Just so nice. Oh! Am I in the frame? Can you tell if I'm in the frame?
You are in fact in the frame.
Amazing. Hello and welcome to my latest vlog. I haven't vlogged in a long time because I had a real person job for a while, but now I'm unemployed again, so lucky for you, I'm gonna be making more movies. So I got a new camera for Christmas. It is in fact Christmas. It is a magical day, and I am here at my cousin's apartment, and let's meet her. She's real great. This is my beautiful cousin Chloe.
Hey.
And she is the improv queen of Providence, Rhode Island.
For 1 year only, but yes.
She is, how much younger than me are you? Like a year and a half?
Sure. Your March of 90 to my August of 91.
March, so yeah, a year and a half younger than me. So we're about the same age. Mm-hmm. Chloe used to come over to my house on Christmas and break my toys.
Yeah.
But now we get along a lot better.
Totally.
And Chloe is the mom to Finn,
yep,
who is Cake's biological brother. Chloe is the reason that I have Cake in the first place, because she put up a picture of this guy on Facebook, and I was like, who's that? And she's like, he's got a sister. And I was like, heck yeah. So Finn is basically short hair Cake, except he's a sweet boy.
He's a sweet boy.
He sniff.
He does sniff a lot.
So we had Christmas at my mom's house, and now we are at Chloe's apartment. We're picking up her movie passes, and we're gonna go see Star Wars. I'm very excited. Mm-hmm. I love Star Wars. I saw the last Star Wars movie on Christmas Day too, 2 years ago. I don't really remember what happened in it, so this is gonna be a nice surprise. If I remember correctly, there was a hot Latino pilot who was definitely gonna have sex with the hot black stormtrooper. I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen in this movie, is the two of them are gonna hook up, I think.
Fingies crossed.
Fingies crossed. Chloe, do you like Star Wars?
I do, and I've seen all of them to date except for this one, so I feel obligated.
Did you see Rogue One?
Mm-hmm.
What does Christmas mean to you, Chloe? All right, we just saw Star Wars. What did you think, Chloe?
I definitely liked it, but also I'm not like a super master of Star Wars canon, so I don't really think I'm getting quite why people hate it so much, just because I'm not like a super Star Wars fan, and maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, like I'm excited to go home and read all the think pieces about why people hated it, but I liked it. I thought it was interesting. But I was telling Chloe, I find it really comforting that even Rey, who, spoiler, is like the greatest Jedi master, like, I find it really comforting that even she got tricked into trying to fix a sad, angry hot boy. Like, we all had that chapter in our lives. You know, I feel like everybody's gone through it, and been like, oh, but like, I can change him, you know? And like, even Rey, girl, you know, we all went through it. So
we've all been there. For sure.
The stuff with Carrie Fisher just gutted me in a deep place.
For sure.
I love Mark Hamill more than I can ever express. I think that if Mark Hamill, like, I think that if there was a celebrity that I would be like the most devastated if they came out to be a sexual predator, I think Mark Hamill might be it for me.
Oh man, for sure.
Like, of all the like older white guy celebrities, Mark Hamill needs to just like stay pure, man.
Agreed.
I love him. Oh, A+ animals, like weird alien animals.
Yes.
Alien animals in this movie.
Top notch.
Top notch.
Oh my god. Crystal critters were great. those poor abused jackal horses. The only thing I could possibly describe them as.
They were like weird jockey jackal horses.
Giant ones.
And the weird puffins.
Yeah.
The screaming puffins reminded me of our
gerbil
cats.
birds.
Gerbil birds. I know that the internet is gonna come up with some like clever, catchy name for like what that like weird new power that everyone in this universe seems to have, where they like can all sort of like Skype via the Force. And my fingers are crossed that someone comes up with Force Time, because I think that's cute, right? Like Force Time, like I think that's clever, and I hope that's what like Reddit collectively decides on.
Yeah. Agreed.
I love that now we can just use the Force to chat whenever we want.
Yeah, whenever we're feeling lonely.
So, oh, I just winked into the camera. That was gross.
Yikes.
Yikes. He's right. Yeah, but anyway, Luke Skywalker died the way he lived.
Sweaty.
Sweaty. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
In the biz, they call that group mind.
I could have lived without the closing shot on like the Edwardian chimney sweep for some reason. Like he was like, "Please, sir, I want a rebellion, please."
Thank you for the ring.
Yeah, like why in this universe do they have like flying everything and like high tech, and he still has to sweep the steps of this like space casino with a bundle of old twigs?
Also, why was there so much hay? Like, what was going on there? Also,
I've never been to a casino with so much hay in my life.
How did this happen? I missed something somewhere.
No. You can just stay on and then get. Oh my God! Yeah, you forgot to drop me off.
No, I was looking for. Never mind.
Okay, hold on. Let's stop vlogging for a minute. Are we filming? Hello. I am lying in bed. I'm icing my foot because I broke my toe. Hello. It's been a while. It's been like over a month. December was crazy. I worked on a show. It took up my whole life. It was an amazing experience, and now it's over and it's sad. But I have a lot of free time. Gotta get back into that vlogging life. What did we miss? So yeah, show was fun. I went home for a couple weeks to Rhode Island, and at first that was really, really great. Christmas was super fun. And then I guess I didn't really do anything. It was so cold. It was so cold. And it was like too cold to leave the house most days, so I kind of just stayed in the house. And as y'all know, that's like really bad for depression. So I got really like, ugh, I don't want to do anything ever. And it was, even when I did, it was too cold, and I got really stir crazy. And it's sort of hard to be home, I think, when you're like in your sort of like mid to late 20s, because you kind of like, you regress to being a teenager, and then you kind of lose any sort of like agency. Or you sort of lose that sense of like, I can take care of myself, which like, it's nice to be taken care of, but it also makes you feel sane to take care of yourself. So it would have been nice if I could have left the house more and it wasn't so freezing. But anyway, I feel better mentally being back in my own apartment. But then I broke my toe last night. So what happened with my toe was last night it's been really hot in my apartment, because it went from being like a polar vortex, freeze bomb, whatever the heck they called it. And it went from that to like being like spring weather for some reason. And so, but like the heat was still kind of blasting in my apartment, so it was really hot, and I get hot really easily, so I was like opening the windows, and I didn't have my screens in because like I just took my AC out a couple weeks ago. And it's like winter, so I didn't think I would need to put them in. So I was like, okay, there's no cats in this room, they can't jump out the window, I'm just gonna like open the windows really wide. And the second I did that, I opened my window really wide, and then I got back in my bed, and then Cake pokes her head out from under my bed, and I'm like, shit, I know exactly what she's gonna do. And lo and behold, she did it. She pops her head out, she beelines for the window, and I like chase her. I'm like, no! She jumps up into the window and sticks her whole head out of the window, and we live on the 4th story, so she's like got her whole head outside the building. And I'm like, ah! And I make a lunge for her and I scoop her up in my arms and I'm like, ah! But when I lunge, I stubbed the last 2 toes of my right foot on my dresser and they kind of like bent all the way back. It was gross. But I didn't like feel, like I didn't feel the pain of it. I just felt like, because I was so focused on cake, that I just felt that I had hit myself. And again, it wasn't like it hurt, it was like my body just went into shock. I just like was holding her and screaming, and oh god, I felt so bad for her because she must have been so scared, but I had her in my arms and I was like, ah! And then I got the window shut and I put her down, and then I like fell onto my bed and I just burst into sobbing. I was like, it was like crazy, it was like violent screaming, sobbing, and like I remember like being on my bed and it's like this sobbing is like tearing out of me, and I'm like logically thinking in my head like, this doesn't make sense, where's this coming from? This is it. I felt like my body had taken over and was just like on autopilot doing its weird crying, flopping around, screaming thing, and in my head I'm like, I don't have control over this doesn't make sense to me, I'm not even really in pain, what's going on? But I just could not stop. I was just so traumatized from like the whole thing, and like I kind of thought it was like the trauma of cake, and then I was kind of like, oh shit, like something's wrong with my foot. So I was like, I don't know, it was like a slow realization, like as the pain kind of started coming back, and I realized that like my pinky toe was like twice the size it was supposed to be, and I kind of couldn't feel the tip of it, and I was like, oh shit. And then over the course of the evening it started hurting more and more and more and more, and I couldn't put weight on it, and I didn't know if it was broken or not. Like my mom has broken her pinky toe a bunch of times, and I sent her pictures and told her about it, and she's like, yeah, I think it's probably broken, but usually when toes break they turn black, and it didn't turn black, so I was like, okay, I don't know. So I just like iced it a bunch of times, and it did hurt, and it does hurt, but I expected like a broken bone to hurt more. So that's why I'm kind of like, like, is it, I don't know. And then I woke up this morning and it had bruised and turned black and still swollen and gross, and I can't put weight on it, so I'm like, yeah, I think it's broken. And then I tried to go for a walk just to the end of the street to go to the pharmacy, and I had to wear open toe shoes because I couldn't get real shoes on, and it's like, because it's kind of like this weather today, it's like the snow is melting, it's like a slushy sewage, disgusting like dog poop soup on the sidewalk, and I'm walking around with open toed shoes, and I'm like, I'm gonna get hepatitis, like this is the worst. So I came back and I was like, I can't. And I'm also like in all this pain now because I was stupid and tried to walk around on my broken toe. So trying to take it easy. Anyway, that was harrowing. Oh, pause. I'm trying not to like knock over the tripod. Okay, so so anyway, that being said, I'm actually doing a lot better mentally. I saw my psychiatrist and my therapist 3 days ago, I guess. And they were both like, sounds like you're doing really great, and they sort of, I don't know if you guys have ever had this done at like a shrink's office, but basically they just like give you a bunch of questions and you have to like rate them like 1 to 4, and then they add up all your numbers, and it's just sort of like a very simple quantitative way for them to be like, just to sort of track where you are mentally like over time. And this is my 3rd one I've taken, and I got I think the last time I talked about this, my scores were like more or less the same, but I did feel like I had more control, like I had more like tools in my toolbox to get through those symptoms. And then this time my numbers were like crazy low, so meaning that my symptoms are like a lot better. And a lot of that is that I've been working really hard in therapy, and also a lot of that is that I finally found a good dose of medication that I've been on for like over a month now. So I feel good. I mean, I don't feel like I'm not depressed, like I'm still depressed, but I feel like I'm more able, like my symptoms are less bad, I feel more able to like be a person, which is nice. And I don't know, so it's I feel like I'm kind of on the upswing. Winter is also like my favorite season. Like I just like winter. I'm like reverse seasonal depressive. Like I hate being hot, I hate summer, I like the cozy months. So that's also helping. What else? I don't know. I think I'm like money-wise, like I need to get back in the workforce and get a day job and work full time in some sort of office. I don't know, like I hate it, but I have to do it. And yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. I'm a little bit like, oh, like, am I gonna get super depressed again? But I mean, I don't know, all the doctors were optimistic that I'm like able to deal with it now better. So we'll just have to see like how that works, because I've just been kind of like full-time taking care of myself for like 6 months now, which sounds crazy that it's been that long. But it's gonna be interesting. I mean, not full-time, because like I actually was working like almost, when you factor in travel time and like the amount of work I had to do at home, it was like almost full-time on this show I was working on last month. So it's not that I wasn't doing anything, but you know, I still had time to like do a lot of self-care, and like I don't know what that's gonna be like when I have a full-time job. And I'm also starting work on a new show pretty soon as well. But I mean, it's, you know, you can't lie around forever, I guess. I mean, I guess you could lie around forever. That would be nice. But I think that requires you to be rich, and I'm not rich. So, yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's my, like, life update. Ew, I'm such a YouTuber now. I'm like, life update. And then I tell you, like, a super extra dramatic story about my, like, very minor injury.